the physical therapist. And yes, I'm your alternative healthcare career coach. Today, I'm here with Anthony Maritato here at Total Therapy Solutions. We're going to be talking about his different alternative healthcare career. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once the note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Thank you very much for coming over in the Alternative Healthcare Career Show. We are here right now at Total Therapy Solution, ladies and gentlemen. I'm with the awesome, the master Jedi, Anthony Maritato. We just finished his interview with me. Now it's my time to interview him and ask him what are the different alternative careers that he has, not only in the realm of the therapy, but also outside of therapy. So, Tony, without further ado, could you please introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and what do you basically do in your world here in Ohio? We're here in Ohio, by the way.
That's right, we are. We're just midway between Cincinnati and Dayton. So, like Mike said, my name's Tony Maritato. I am a licensed physical therapist, and I'm a private practice owner. I started the practice down in 2001, actually before I was a physical therapist. So all of you out there who are thinking, well, I'm a therapist, I have to do therapy. No, you don't. There's so many things that you can do to leverage the skills and the brain power that you've developed over your career in therapy. But as I was saying, I started the private practice before I was a therapist. The individual that I hired to be my therapist, she's now my wife, and we have 4 beautiful children here in Ohio. But we've grown the business. We were at 5 clinics across 2 states, and now we've consolidated down to 2. And what we did was we used the practice to scale the rest of our businesses. So, Mike, what would you like to know?
Well, first of all, I would like to know how to become like you. But the reason why I'm here, by the way, if you're watching live, comment live, watching on a replay, comment replay. But the reason why I actually came in here, we're opening up our own brick and mortar, and I just want to see how Tony operates and everything like that. And to be honest, it's not that complicated. He just told me, he shows me everything. And he still used pen and paper. And here am I doing EMR, and then I'm like, hey, it's so simple and everything. But of course, we're in this show called the Alternative Career Show. What I wanted Tony to share to you guys in our group is that if he has this experience of being a therapist, he has all these different sources of income. It's just like a chair or a stool. You got 4 legs, right? And if you only have 1 leg, it's not going to have. It's going to have a hard time standing up. You need to have 4 legs in your life in order for you to be able to stand up, so there are 4 different sources of income, and I'm assuming right out of the bat Tony can give you 4 different sources of income that he has. It doesn't have to be $1 million income, but 4 different sources of income. So Tony, could you share us what are the 4 sources of income that you have right now?
Absolutely. So as a therapist, you've developed those skills, critical thinking skills. You understand how to communicate with patients. Like, none of this is scripted. Mike and I are just sitting here, we're talking, we're like, hey, why don't we just flip on the camera and share some of the value we're creating? That being said, you as a clinician understand how to tease out the important details. When your patient says, my shoulder hurts, I want to throw a baseball with my grandson, what they're really saying is, I feel old and I want to feel young again, right? And so how can you help them achieve those goals? So for us, my wife and I, our primary goal when we started the practice, when we moved into the business, wasn't to make $10 million, $50 million. It was, we wanted time with our kids. We knew we were going to have a family. We knew they were going to be young once, and we wanted to be there for them. We wanted financial security. We don't want a bigger house or a nicer car. We want money in the bank so we feel safe. And we wanted time freedom for us as a couple, us as a husband and wife, so that we love to travel and we love to eat well and do things together. So to find that, we started to branch out. Once the business, you have to focus on that business first, because that business is what's throwing the cash flow off, right? But so many clinicians will build a business that doesn't have value once they stop. If the therapist leaves the business is done. So we said the first thing we're going to do is protect this. We're going to build systems within the business so that we can sell, which we eventually, over the course of 20 years now, we've spun off 2 completely independent billing companies, and we've sold one of our clinic locations. The other 2 we closed, and the therapists that used to have them reopened under their business name. So we feel great that we're helping to grow the community. But building those business systems adds value to your business so that at one point you have something to sell. The cash flow that comes off the patient care, that gets invested into real estate. So the building we're in right now is a building that we've purchased. We own this. So of course we get to enjoy the benefit of depreciation from a tax perspective. The money we invest in the building, we get to enjoy that to grow our therapy clinic. And on the other side of this building, we lease space. So we're a building owner for ourselves. We're a landlord for a chiropractic group. We have 2 independent massage therapists that are in the building with us. And prior, we had 2 orthopedic surgeons that were renting half of the building from us. So we had the passive income from being a landlord. We had the tax advantages of owning the real estate. Now, with technology being where it is, I always say, like, if you were my patient right now and I was sitting here with you, only you get the benefit of the information that I'm sharing. Whereas if we could capture this on video, it could help countless numbers more people. So when you're looking at the value you create as a therapist, if you can capture little pieces of that, perfect example. I am sure if you sat down, you could think of 10 of the most common questions you're asked for somebody with low back pain, somebody with spinal stenosis.
Back hurts now.
They're going to say, Tony, I don't understand. I can push a grocery cart for an hour, but I can't walk 10 minutes without leaning on something. They're going to say that if I stand in line for more than a couple minutes, my back is killing me. But if I sit down, the symptoms go away. Like, there are characteristic descriptions of what a person experiences with specific conditions. If you package the answer to those 10 questions in a little digital product, it could be a free course, or, well, it's free to you, sold to the client on Thinkific or Teachable or any of those platforms, that's passive income. I created a course. It's a video tutorial teaching therapists how to do their own contracting for Medicare through Picos. I recorded each step in the process. I put it into a $20 course. Now that course is selling 5 to 10 copies every single month. That's money that's just coming in that I don't have to do anything for. That allows me to offset the losses, because the reality is, if you're treating patients, you're losing money every time you treat a patient, because maybe you get $100, $200, even $300 for the hour of time. It's done after that. There's no residual income from that. But if I spend an hour recording a digital product that I can put online that has a 10-year lifespan, I'm going to create income for the next 10 years. You know, so you've got the real estate, you've got the tax advantage property, you've got the digital products, certainly a platform like YouTube. So my little teeny tiny, and if you guys follow me on my Facebook page, you know I share all these stats. My little tiny YouTube channel, it's dedicated to knee replacement. It's got 12,000 plus subscribers. It's paying me about $900 a month in ad revenue, not counting the free advertising that it does for me and my practice. I just saw a woman today who drove 35 minutes to come to my practice, passed 5 clinics along the way because she saw my YouTube videos and she could relate to me. You know, imagine Mike Chua in print. Nobody ever sees you, knows you, hears you, talks to you. Or you see Mike Chua in person or on a video. This is going to have a lot more power, you know? So you've got the digital income, you've got the scalability. You could help patients anywhere in the world with a digital product. Obviously, you maintain your compliance, you don't violate laws, you stay within the Practice Act and the guidelines, but there's so much educational information in your head that it would help countless people. So let me go through. We've got the real estate, we've got the digital product, we've got the obviously the clinic income, the investment accounts that all of you have investment accounts. There has to be some passive growth in there somewhere. And then finally, I would say build your personal brand. You know, why does Mercedes-Benz command a premium on price when somebody could go buy a Honda? Because of the brand, the association with that brand. You, I would pay thousands of dollars for you.
Well, pay me now, Tony.
Because I've seen you, I've heard you, I know you, I feel like I trust you, you know, and the time spent on building that personal brand, especially for those newer therapists that are just getting their you know, start in their career, that will pay tenfold the dividends as any new information that you want to learn. You've learned a lot, you know a lot, now put it to use in that personal brand. That would be my formula for, you know, success into the future, financial security, independence, and really being able to do what you want to do. I think all of us have a number, a financial number that more doesn't change our life. If I made an extra $10,000, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do anything different with it. So we want to know, what's that number? How do we get to that number? And we want to prioritize what's important. For me, it's family. I don't want more money. I want more time with my kids. I've got a 12-year-old, twin 10-year-olds, and an 8-year-old, all boys. They're in sports, they're in activities. I want to coach them. I want to bring them to school. I want to spend time with them, and I want to spend time with my wife. So that
How about if it's the other way around, Tony? I want to make more money. I don't want to, just kidding. I want to spend time. I'm here because of my wife, by the way. So yeah.
But Mike, what about you? What are you doing?
Well, I love what Tony said. You know, he mentioned all the different sources of income, but what's very important is you develop your personal brand. Why do you think Tony has his clinic? It's him. You know, it's his brand, his name was there. Same thing with me. I have that brand called the drmikechua.com thing. And you have to develop that brand in order for you to go to that next level if you want to scale. So you got to develop your brand first. It's like what Tony said, you know, Mercedes-Benz. I guess whoever did Mercedes is a Mercedes. I think that's a guy's name, right?
I don't know.
All right. Harley Davidson. It's like, it's a person's name.
Right.
Right. What else? I mean, look at the Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
It's a person's name. Henry Ford. It's a person's name, right? Total therapy solution. Why do you think total? Because it's Tony, right?
So you know what's interesting, because this is a major shift. We talked about paradigm shifts earlier. If you would have come to me 20 years ago and you would have said, I want to name a clinic, what do I name it? 100%. I would have said, don't tie yourself to it. Don't let anybody know you own it. Name it something very bland, something very generic. We used to name all of our clinics based on location. Siesta Key Physical Therapy, Osprey's Physical Therapy, Nokomis Physical Therapy. We never, ever 20 years ago would have named the clinic by my name, because that would have tied me to it. Every patient coming to my clinic would have seen me. They wouldn't have wanted to see anybody else, even if they were better clinicians than me. Things have changed. Things have changed massively, to the point where if you go to my clinic website, everything you see is me. My team is amazing. I would send my mom to my clinical staff instead of myself. They are just phenomenal clinicians. And although I've spent the last 10 years or so really switching everything over, because patients don't want to connect to a generic name. They want to connect to Mike. And even if Mike's not going to be there to treat them in person, it's okay, because you've got videos and you've got audio and you've got all of these other touch points that before we ever met in person, I felt like I knew you. I felt I knew your voice. I knew your humor. I knew everything that you did, your motivation, your acronyms. I knew it all, and I consumed all of that. So I'm okay seeing somebody who works with you, because I know.
Paying me now, Tony?
I am. I'm okay because I know that they're part of you, you know, and so that's really a big difference now compared to when we named it Total Therapy. We wanted generic. We wanted to be able to go into skilled nursing, go into private practice, go into whatever. So we said, well, we're just going to be Total Therapy. But now all of my branding is me, even though we have 2 locations. I see 3 morning patients, a week. That's about it. My team does all the rest. So for those of you out there, I would leverage the heck out of the use of your name, build that personal brand. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
And, understand that doesn't mean that you have to be the one delivering everything.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Branding is very important. So again, if you're watching live, comment live, watching on a replay, comment replay. I see some people commenting there. So thank you very much for watching. So, well, anyway, look, I like what he said. Brand, you recently graduated, you're a therapist or PT, OT. Branding, it's very important that the people know, like, and trust you. And like what Tony said, they will go to you and gravitate towards you. Do you think I see all my patients? No, I have a team, amazing team, like what Tony has. I got Caitlin, Blake, the rest of our therapy team, Becky. The rest are just amazing. I'm not going to say all of you guys, but just amazing. But just because they see me, they know me, they like me and trust me in whatever facility that we go, and they want to work with my team too. So develop that brand, ladies and gentlemen, and that way you go to your next level. Imagine like what we talked about, those cars, Ford, Henry Ford, Tesla, and you got to develop that brand. So here's the key. One of the reasons why you also want to develop your brand, because when somebody fires you, you take your name with you. Yeah. That's you. I mean, I got fired, I was just telling Tony, I got fired again from one contract agency. 2 years ago, I got fired from my full-time job. Well, guess what? If I tied up with myself with that certain company, the patient wouldn't know me. But because they know me, like me, and trust me already, they followed me. That's why they fired me, because they want to follow me all the time. But that's the key there. It's your brand. So imagine Ford getting fired from his own company, or what's his name? The Apple guy? The one that Tony looks alike? He looks like
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. He got fired from Apple, right? I mean, guess what? He got rehired because they knew they needed Steve Jobs in Apple. So, Tony, any last parting wisdom for our audience in the group?
I think that as clinicians, as therapists, we tend to undervalue what we have above our shoulders and between our ears. I think that our greatest value is not in our hands. Our greatest value is in our brains, in our minds. And so rather than me being a physical therapist, I want to be a problem solver. I want to solve big problems. And the way I solve those problems is with the skills that I have that I've learned through the profession of therapy. And so that completely wipes out the limitations. I could go into any business anywhere right now and be a valuable asset to that business, to that company, just using the skills that I've developed.
Funny you mentioned that. I was telling my wife, I came here in the States. I think I had like $50 in my pocket. And now we have like at least $50, $500 in my bank account. But kidding aside, we may have a little bit of more money than $50 now, but I was telling, my wife, you can take away stuff again from me, but the things I've learned along the way, being here, learning from Tony, learning from other people, is way, way much valuable. And same thing with you right now, like what Tony said, the value is in here, in your mindset, the stuff that you have in your brain. All we need to do is just take it out there. We're not going to do craniotomy or whatever, but your brain only works when it's open. It's just like a parachute, ladies and gentlemen. It will not work if you're a close-minded individual or person. It will only work when you open up your mind. And the reason why I'm here, I want to learn from this guy. The reason why we have this group, because we want to learn from other people. And the only way for that brain or that your life is to open up your mind. I'm not talking about networking, multi-level, whatever you call that, multi-level marketing. What I'm talking about is open your minds to the possibilities out there. Just don't think about clinical stuff. Like what Tony said, use the stuff that you have in your brain to teach other people, record yourself, write a book, create a course, put it out there. You got to put yourself out there. I'm going to ask Tony before we go, do you think Tony's first class or first video, first course or whatever was perfect? Tony, was it perfect?
So far from it.
See, I mean, I watched my videos. This is just 2 years or 1 year ago. I watched my video a year ago. It was so boring. It was so boring. I'm like, gosh, is this what I was doing a year ago? That I didn't even interact with my audience. I was like, hello, this is Dr. Mike. Hello, we're going to talk about Alzheimer's and dementia. But did that stop me? I bet Tony was like that too.
Exactly. I had that little bit of spit in the corners of my mouth. I had this weird gaze in the camera. It was so awkward, and it was so awkward for so many years. But just like anything else, you fight through it if it's important to you, if you're going to prioritize it. And when you look to see how far people have come, one of my favorite things to do, if you guys want to do this, go to your favorite YouTube channels, go to their video section, sort by age, by date, and look at their oldest stuff.
Ooh,
their oldest stuff. And now they have 1 million subscribers and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. But you look at their oldest stuff, you'll be inspired to see how far they came.
I gotta watch my videos. I don't have a lot of videos there. So, but again, thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for welcoming me in your nice facility here. He's got 2 clicks here. Check it out. Total Therapy Solution again, and also check out his course called LearnMedicareBilling.com. It will teach you and walk you through how to start your Medicare credentialing. And it's not just a regular course. It actually teaches you how to change your mindset too. Starting your business, hiring your first employee, and all this stuff. So check it out, learnmedicarebilling.com. Again, thank you very much. Any last parting wisdom, Tony, before I close?
Thank you guys for your time.
All right. Again, thank you very much. Before I let you go, always remember the word FAST. FAST, ladies and gentlemen. Letter F, find friends that will push you to your next level, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with? Today, I hang out with Tony. I feel like I want to be a business owner. I feel like I want to own a building too like this. I feel like I just want to be like Tony, right? Be like Tony. So find friends. Be intentional. You cannot be just a general wandering generality. Do you think I just randomly show up here? No, I had to intentionally send a message to Tony. Hey, Tony, can I see you? Ask permission. Hey, Tony, can I go there? Hey, Tony, I'm on my way. You got to be specific. If you want to be like the person that you want to be, reach out to them, talk to them, be meaningful, specific, just like a destination in life or a GPS. I travel here through a GPS. You got to put down your GPS, ladies and gentlemen. If not, you're just going to be wandering. And that's what's happening with our profession. We're just wandering like zombie, like, oh, I'm going to go to this profession. And then we're burning out. And that's what's happening. But be specific, ladies and gentlemen. Find friends. Letter A is take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Tony good if you don't take action. Take action. Go to learnmedicarebilling.com. It doesn't have to be his course. It doesn't have to be my course. Just do one thing at a time, my friends. Letter S. Next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. Share Tony's class. All right. The more shares, the better. And last but not the least is letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, like what Tony's doing, he's teaching me. He's teaching me right now. Hey, Michael, this is what you do. Okay. Medicare, whatever. That's how you understand it more. So again, thank you very much, Facebook friends. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you when we see you on the next show. Bye-bye.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once the note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.